I'm on a journey to catch every single shiny Pokemon. Out of the current 1,025 Pokemon in the National Dex, I have 948 of them as shiny in Pokemon Home. But as the saying goes, I've got to catch them all. 4 years ago, I started this journey with my very first shiny, and as I got closer and closer to achieving that goal of a living Shiny Dex, the challenge feels almost insurmountable, but I'm determined to do it. This is the story of how I got started, the most incredible shiny hunts I've completed, and what shiny hunts are to come. Join me on this journey to a living Shiny Dex. Let me give you guys a little bit of backstory. I didn't grow up playing the mainline Pokemon games, but that wasn't for lack of trying. Little Nico was dead set on being a total nerd. I spent every Saturday morning watching episodes of the Pokemon TV show on VHS. Jesse and James were always my favorite, and I was definitely scared of Arbok, but the show is what really got me hooked. I would always ask for Pokemon cards for my birthday or Christmas. In fact, I still remember the moment of absolute awe walking into Toys R Us in Boise, Idaho, circa 2000, seeing a giant section dedicated to Pokemon figures, plush, toys, cards, and just begging my mom for that chunky Pikachu plush. Sadly, I never got that chunky Pikachu, but what I got was so much better. My mom had taken me and my sister to Toys R Us to get our very first home console, the Nintendo 64. As we walked out of Toys R Us with our brand new Funtastic Fire Orange N64 and copies of Mario Kart, Super Mario, and Pokémon Snap, my tiny little brain could not comprehend the absolute grip that Pokemon would have on me in the years to come. Jump ahead another year and I've mastered Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Stadium. 6-year-old Nico is neck deep in Pokemania, let me tell ya. And that's when I finally got my very first handheld video game console, the translucent Glacier Game Boy Advance with a copy of Pokemon Crystal. Oh my gosh, I was stoked. Out of my mind. My very own Pokemon game that I can take with me anywhere. And although my parents were very clear not to take it to school, I wasn't going to not show it off to my entire first grade class. I mean, come on. Although, poor little Nico probably should have listened to his parents. You see, I had mastered the mechanics of Pokemon Snap and Stadium, two games that are very much not Pokemon Crystal. I booted that bad boy up and had no clue what I was doing. So at recess, I ran over to a group of older kids hiding behind the playground with their Game Boys to ask for help. Sadly, I wasn't met with advice or tips. They just told me I was stupid for not being able to read. I mean, I was 6. I was 6 years old! And they just laughed at me and told me to scram. What was I supposed to do now? I was devastated. The older kids thought I was too dumb for Pokemon, my favorite thing. Little Nico didn't know how to process emotions very well. So I fled the scene and started booking it for home with my Game Boy Advance in hand. While little tears flew out of my eyes, I ran the 3 blocks from my elementary school to home. I got to our driveway and in a confused rage, threw my Game Boy onto the ground and it smashed into pieces. I got on my knees and just cried until my mom came out to figure out what the heck was going on. So there, at just 6 years old, I had been bullied out of playing Pokemon. I never even chose my first starter Pokemon, but for the record, I would have picked Chikorita. I never gave the mainline games another chance. I stuck with Mario, Zelda, and other games that were lots of fun, just not Pokemon. Anyway, let's skip ahead, all the way to 2021. A year into the pandemic, we've been stuck inside, nothing to do but play video games and order DoorDash. During all of that, I had started streaming on Twitch to have a kind of connection with people. The community there inspired me, and I finally gave my very first mainline Pokemon game a try. Pokemon Sword. I chose Sobble as my first starter and made my way through Galar.
Swim with Sobble. It adapts to anything as surely as water flows. I go
Nickit is the first Pokemon I ever caught, and I love the sneaky little guy. I even have a shiny one now.
My character, oh, he looks so excited. Yes! I got my first Pokemon. Oh my god.
To put it plainly, I loved it. Every single moment. I had finally broken free from my false prison of Pokemon shame.
I have been missing out on this my entire life.
And that's when I decided to try my very first shiny hunt. Pumpkaboo. It was a pretty quick hunt, even though I had no idea what I was doing. The pure adrenaline of finding my first shiny Pokemon was a feeling I wanted to feel over and over and over again, and that's when it hit me. I need more. More shinies. All of the shinies. And thus, my journey began. The living Shiny Dex awaits. Since catching that shiny Pumpkaboo 4 years ago, I've upped my shiny hunting game a lot, and I'm really excited to share with you. So you might be wondering, what exactly is a living Shiny Dex? It's pretty simple, so let me explain. I aim to have the shiny of every Pokemon in the National Dex in Pokemon Home at the same time. So I can't just catch a shiny Rookity and evolve it up to a Corviknight to count it as all 3 shinies. I need to catch 3 shiny Rookity, evolve 1 to a Corvisquire and 1 to a Corviknight, while keeping 1 as a little baby Rookity. I hope that clears up any confusion. And of course, I need to keep track of all of this outside of Pokemon Home. So here's one of my favorite parts of this whole project, the spreadsheet. Now, this has changed a lot over time as I've added Pokemon, but in its current state, it gets the job done. Let's break it down. As you can see, I currently have 948 out of 1,025 shinies in the National Dex. This puts me at about 92.49% completion. Regional forms have the same National Dex number as the original form, so they don't count for extra numbers. I have separate pages for all Shiny Unknown, currently at 24 out of 28, and for Vivillon, I'm only missing the unreleased Pokeball pattern shiny. I may make a video explaining how to do this hunt in the future. I plan to add pages for Alcremie forms, Furfrou forms, and not Spinda. I may add additional pages as I move along. My hunt list page is a way for me to quickly check what I can actively hunt. There are some fancy formulas working here, but as you can see, I have 77 shinies to go. 47 of those are currently huntable in various games, but 30 of them are currently unobtainable. These unobtainable shinies are mostly legendary, mythical, or paradox Pokemon that have not been released as shiny as of now, or they need a specific event in order to obtain the shiny, so it's not currently huntable. My last page is a counter page. I usually use this to track whatever my current egg hunt is, nothing too exciting here, but my last successful egg hunt was Fion at 908 eggs. Now let's take a look at the actual shinies. Each entry has 8 columns: the name of the Pokemon, a picture of the shiny, the National Dex number, a nickname if I gave it one, its gender, the Pokeball I caught it in, the game of origin, and last but not least, a marker to keep track of what game that Pokemon is currently in, just so they don't get lost. Pokemon with regional forms are listed together, as seen here with Sandshrew and Sandslash. Another thing to note is that future games such as Gen 10 will add additional Pokemon, lowering my total percentage, so this really will be an uphill battle until the end. I'd also like to point out that a lot of my shinies are from Pokemon Go, and while they are legitimate shinies, I would prefer for them to come from mainline games, so I'll be working on replacing these shinies in the future. And that's the shiny spreadsheet. I'll link to it in the description if you'd like to check it out yourself, so you can enjoy it, all you spreadsheet freaks out there. Now, I know you're probably thinking, Nico, you're basically done with the living Shiny Dex, why are you just now making a video about it? And to that I say, better late than never. I've honestly been thinking about documenting this journey on YouTube for a long time now. I was just a little scared because it's not something that I normally do, but I wanted to make a change, so I really hope you guys enjoy. Now, what I'd like to do is highlight a couple of key moments from my journey so far. I mean, with over 900 unique shinies, I've got a lot of stories to tell. Here's just a few of them. One night, when I couldn't sleep, I did a late night shiny hunt in Pokemon Violet. I decided to stream it and see what we could get. I was a little loopy and decided to put on the Pokemon anime in the background. In my loopy state, I came up with a questionable remix of the Pokemon theme song. Gonna do your mom. Nice. I did your mom. Your mom. I did your mom. Did your mom? Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I teach you. Pokemon. Nope, not lettuce. Did your mom? Got it. Anyway, I also got a shiny Ditto. You're not shiny.
Oh my god, no way. Holy sh**. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me, you guys?
Pokemon Legends Arceus quickly became my favorite title after it released. I've been hunting all of my shiny unknown there in the Selacion Ruins. Embarrassing. Anyway, that's my 4th shiny M. And let's be honest, who doesn't love the shiny sound? However, we got it. We got it, baby. You saw that sparkle on the very first Bidoof? My boy. My boy. Hi, pal. Let's freaking go. Oh. Then, of course, there's the first shiny I ever got from a DA. For some reason, I punched a lot.
I got a shiny Chansey. I got a shiny Chansey. I got a shiny Chansey.
When I was hunting for shiny Staryu on the Isle of Armor in Pokemon Sword, I'm pretty sure I used Future Sight. I have a good feeling about this one, guys. Do you guys have a good feeling about this Staryu? I think this might be the one.
What? Oh my.
Of course, there was my first playthrough of Pokemon Violet. I was incredibly sick, but I still decided to stream for some reason, and what felt like a drug-induced hazy reaction to my first shiny in that game, well, what? And now at this point, I have every single shiny in Scarlet and Violet. But honestly, I think I freaked out a little bit too much at this one. My longest shiny hunt so far as going over odds, would be the Galarian fossils. I can go into more detail in a future video, but I got 3 of them under odds, and then my last one at 5 times over odds. Freaking Arctozolt, you little freak. In the future, I'll make some videos highlighting some of my other cool hunts, like how I got my shiny Mew from Pokemon Red, or my shiny Arceus, and let me tell you, that one was pretty wild. So as you can see, I've come a pretty long way from the days of crying in the driveway with the remains of a Game Boy Advance at my knees. I mean, at this point, I've hunted in every single mainline game on the Switch, and even some on my 3DS. Hordes, SOS chaining, wormhole encounters, chain fishing, Dynamax adventures, Poke Radar, eggs, outbreaks, massive mass outbreaks, sandwiches. There are so many ways to shiny hunt now, and I want to try them all. Some of my personal favorites are Dynamax adventures and knockout encounters in Sword and Shield. It just feels so good hunting in that game. I'm really excited to get my last few legendaries from the DAs. One shiny hunting method I'm not a huge fan of, though, is eggs. I really hate eggs. I mean, even if they provide the best shiny odds, I'd rather try another method. Sorry, eggheads, I just don't really find the breeding, hatching, and menuing all that fun. But anyway, I have plans for lots of fun upcoming hunts. I have a few hunts ongoing in Legends Arceus, Sword, and Let's Go Eevee. You can join me for those hunts over on Twitch. I stream a few days a week, and I'm hoping to stream a little bit more often now. Twitch.tv/NicoTendo64. We have lots of fun. You can even catch your own Pokemon, and we crown a new champion of our league each month. Dude, what do you guys think that guy has to sell? Think he'll give me some balls?
Hey buddy, where you some of your balls? Hello. I would like for you to sell me your balls. I'm going to go over and talk to him and see if he's willing to sell me his balls. Hello. I'd like to spend my watts. Ooh, he's got dusk balls. I'll buy some dusk balls. I'll buy 2 dusk balls.
One of my latest catches on Twitch was this Honedge, which I needed to evolve up to an Aegislash. What's wild is I actually caught my first shiny Honedge in just 12 encounters. The third one was not quite as nice.
Where do you get off? Ah!
Duskstone. Okay, here we go. Here we go! Guys, this is number 946 in my living Shiny Dex. I'm also going to be doing my first Shiny Only Challenge run soon, which I'll make into a YouTube video as well. I hope you can come hang out and tag along on my Pokemon adventures. My Twitch and Discord are queer-friendly places where we focus on fun, kindness, lifting each other up, and just getting excited together. We're always happy to have new friends join us. This is a pretty big step for me, so from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you'd like to follow along. Be kind to yourself, be kind to other people, and make the world a better place. Don't get lost. I'll see you next time.